So having created a little trombone bit and an extension of that trombone, I'm going to think about working my piece mainly with trombone sounds. I go back to Cubase and I want to make a new session, import some files including these two, and maybe construct an interesting object. And now that object could potentially have the tiny little trombone bit going into a reverb and then continuing into my bubbly trombone. I'm going to place a new session in my own folder. So I want to prompt for project location and create an empty project. I need to put that in the right place. What I will do is I'll make a new folder. Inside that folder, so I'll call this mus122 2018 first mix. And the first thing I'll do is I'll save my project into my folder first mix. My mix, I'll call it T-Bone mix. You see the edit window here, and in this portion of the edit window, if you right click, you can add an audio track. I'm going to need at least one, maybe two. And if you look under device, you'll see the mix console, which is F3. That drags up your various channels, audio, 2 audio channels and stereo out. You can see my input channel as well. And these, again, the G key compresses, the H key expands. We don't particularly need to see this window very much at the moment. What we do need to see though is under media, open the pool window. And now I'm going to import the bits of audio that I need. Certainly I need water bit, conv T-Bone, and the original water bit. Now I know where all my files are, so I'm not going to copy them and make extra copies. I'm just going to leave them where they are, but you need to be very careful about where files live. I'm also going to re-import from the original audio recordings, which are located in this audio folder, which is in the downloaded zip file, which was then extracted. I'm going to take audio 102, which had lots of trombone sounds. I'm going to start by dragging that in here, making this track a little bigger, and again go to the G key and the H key, and I'm going to find that's a fifth away. I might just start with my trombone bit here, bring this along right next door. What I might also do with this trombone bit, and this you could do with small regions, is small files, is maybe take that track to a sampler. And now from my MIDI keyboard, I can select a filter So I'm going to keep the same pitch, but I'm going to experiment with changing the filter characteristics. If you have a look at the quick controls here, I can also see the filter cutoff. If you want to get rid of the sampler and see more of the edit window, you click on this Show Hide Lower Zone, and there's my sampler track. If I press record now, oh, I've gone right back to the beginning. I don't want to do that. I want to play from here. I don't know why it wants to play from the beginning. It's probably because I've got some locators set here. Let's set those to record from there. That's better. This comes out now as a MIDI piano roll, but what I want to find is the control for the filter cutoff, and that will be in one of these. Sample start, filter type, filter cutoff, and I want to read the automation that I'm making and start with a low filter cutoff and move to a high filter cutoff. Let's just sample that. I want to make this much quicker. So I'm making an exploration around one note, but changing the timbre of that note through convolution and through filtering a repetition of a very small package, a very small edit from the original source recordings. And these again I could bounce down like you did with the complex gesture, set my left and right locators, file, export, audio mix down, make sure this is in the right folder. I'll put them all in this. I will call this T-Bone Mix down. I need to make sure that it's a WAV file, that it is 44,100 kilohertz sample rate, 24-bit bit depth, and export. Save my original Cubase. Just check that it works in Audition. I know that it is T-Bone Mix down. And I've made an interesting gestural attack that moves quickly into a texture which has two layers, but with quite complex spectral activity. That's what you need to try and investigate.